morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7 o'clock news.
We have breaking news with little time to spare.
But first, let us introduce ourselves.
Hello, I'm Marilyn Monroe.
And I'm Betty Fropp. This morning we will be sharing and interviewing slaves from the Underground Railroad. But first, we will be broadcasting the weather. Over to you, Jane.
Today we have a 50% chance of rain as it is cloudy outside. Just in, from the western side of town, we have pouring rain already. Back to you, Marilyn.
Thank you, Jane. So our first story explains in an abandoned house over in Oak Grove, 5 dogs have been found, abandoned and hungry. We do not know the owners yet of the dogs, but the breeds include 3 mixes, a Dachshund and a Yorkie Poodle.
The dogs that were found today are just a few of the many dogs that are suffering. Luckily, the adoption center is helping them, but they can't do it without you. Be the difference in a dog's life today, and they'll be forever grateful.
These dogs will be up for adoption soon, so contact your local dog adoption center for more information.
And we will be back with our major story after the break.
Have you ever wished you had hairspray?
I wish I had hairspray.
Well, now you do, with Forever Hairspray.
Did you see that pure look of happiness and shock on young Susie? Well, you can be happy too! For a low price of $1, you can purchase our Forever Hairspray. Look at how utterly thrilled these 4 idiots look. You too can look like an idiot. I mean, look thrilled by getting this product. So, buy Forever Hairspray and be happy forever.
And we're back.
With a major story.
The Underground Railroad has affected many people. Today, we are fortunate to have some important slaves and slave owners who have shaped the tragic event. We will go over to Barbara to hear more information.
As you can see, these are the routes that are currently in place. This top part, the yellow, they are the free states and territories. And this lower part are the slave states. Today I am with slave Fred Douglas. So, Fred, tell us a little bit about your experiences.
I have been a slave for as long as I can remember, but I have always believed that education is the road to freedom, and even though my owner did not want me to rebel against his will, I strive to educate all the slaves around me.
What got you out of slavery?
Well, this kind woman named Anne helped me escape, and I am glad to be a free man.
How old were you when you started to rebel and realized literacy and freedom had a connection?
I was a quite young age, maybe 12 or 13. I was very glad I reached this conclusion because obviously it helped.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Marilyn and Betty.
Thank you, Barbara. We still have more slaves and owners to interview, so we will go back to Barbara to interview the next person.
Welcome back. Now we have Levi Coffin. So, Levi, tell us about your slavery experiences.
Yes, I'm a member of the Society of Friends, and I have been assisting slaves since I was 15. I have also found an orphanage in Cincinnati, and I am fighting to end slavery altogether.
Thank you for your time. Back to you, Marilyn and Betty.
Thank you, Barbara, for all the information.
We love hearing from such beautiful and inspiring people.
We will go back to Barbara to interview a couple more people.
Today I am in the sunny outdoors. I am with Harriet Tubman. So, Harriet, tell us your story.
I was born into slavery, but as one of the lucky ones, I was adopted during my child years. I worked several difficult jobs, such as cooking, but being adopted got me out of it. As I grew older, I lead hundreds of people to freedom.
How did you do that?
Well, we went along the northern route of the Underground Railroad.
In order to do this, people have said that you had to leave your family. Is this true?
Yes, it was difficult, but I left my husband, John, behind, as well as my siblings, and I ended up traveling to Baltimore, where I led my sister and her 2 kids to freedom.
Back to you, Marilyn and Betty.
Thank you so much, Barbara.
Wow, I can't believe all the things Harriet Tubman has done.
I know, from being adopted at such a young age to being such an inspiring woman.
She's just helped so many slaves.
She's so incredible. So, Back to you, Barbara.
Thank you, Marilyn. Today I am here with Dred Scott. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I was a slave for a long time throughout my childhood, and more I have gone through court and legally fought for my freedom.
What happened?
Well, I was very old when I became a free man. I worked every day, and finally, my owner passed. I sought out for freedom with my wife. With many people on my side, I was able to set free with the Supreme Court Justice's help.
What an amazing story. I hope you live a long and healthy life as a free man.
Thank you for your time.
Back to you, Marilyn and Betty.
What an amazing story. I'm so glad that we got to hear all of these.
Yes, it is quite amazing, and I'm also so happy to hear from all of these people.
Well, thank you for visiting our news channel.
Come back tomorrow for more news.
And as always, we'll see you next time. Thank you, Jane. So our first story explains that in an abandoned house over in Oak Grove, 5 dogs have been found, abandoned and hungry. We do not know.
I'm sorry. Okay, you haven't started it yet, right?
See, he agrees with me.
Well, you had to stop. Like, that was terrible.
Go whatever.
The Underground
Wait,
Railroad
okay, start
has
again.
Go whenever. Today, we are fortunate. Oh my god!
I know you're recording.
Okay.
So, Fred, tell us a little bit about your experiences.
I have been a slave for as long as I can remember, but I have always believed. What's that say? I was a quite young. Okay, stop. You messed up.
It doesn't matter.
We will go back to Barbara to get some more next people.
To get some more next people.
After I said it, I was like, oh my.
So, Levi, tell us about your slavery experiences.
Thank you, Barbara. We still have more slaves and owners to interview, so we will go back to Barbara to interview the next person.
No!
Oh my god, you're getting so great.
Ready?
We have one more interviewee. Over to you. Wait, what am I doing? Oh my god.
Over to you. Over to you, Noah.
Thanks, Barbara.
What an
As I grew older, I lead hundreds of people to freedom.
How did you do that?
How did you do that?
Well, we went around the.
I am with Harriet Tubman.
Allison!
I know, going from being adopted at such a young age to being such a inspiring woman. Thank you so much, Harriet. Barbara. Oh my gosh. Harriet, stop.
Harriet, stop.
I know, going from such a young lady being a dumb thing.
Being a dumb.
Someone needs to get this woman a
I'm
script.
sorry.
Okay, are we good?
Tristan, stop getting this. Oh, she's not there anymore.
Her adoption.
That voice crack was insane. Ew. Stop. Go.
Thank you. Bye.